All right, Pisces, I want to go ahead and go with your general forecast. This is for Pisces Sun, Moon, and Rising. And I selected 3 cards, pulled 3 cards, and the first one is the Ten of Rods in reverse. Now, normally, this is the Ten of Rods, and it depicts someone who is carrying a lot of burdens, trying to get to the top of that slope there, and you can see there's light and what's called the standing stones. And in this particular deck, the standing stones are important. It was an area that was used mystically way back when people would arbitrate and there was enlightenment and fair and justice. So almost like a court, but more enlightened, I would say. So usually this guy depicts going up the hill and he's really carrying the burdens, but he's doing, a lot of work. You're doing a lot of work. It did come up in reverse. So not to say that you haven't been doing a lot of work, but instead of going up this hill, this is in reverse, meaning that there may be some delays in your plans of moving forward. There may have been some frustrations, really is what I'm feeling. Maybe some of you were planning on a new promotion or being ahead of a particular department or getting a job, and it didn't work out the way you thought or in time. We just left Mercury retrograde. So today is January 11th, and I think the 8th was the last day. And of course, there's a little bit of a hangover after the 8th anyway. There's a shadow period of about a week or two, but mostly it's within that time period by the 8th, and then it leaves. So if you feel like things have been frustrating or not moving forward, and again, this is not for all Pisces. Hopefully your January's just been awesome and plans have gone as planned and moving forward. But this card did come up in reverse, so I have to address it that way. It may be also, the other thing it could be is success, but it's burdensome. So if you're the Pisces that, oh no, I'm doing fine, I'm just working myself to the bone. My feet are hurting because I have on my nice heels and good shoes because I'm making presentations, or I don't know why I'm getting this, is that you're having to clean possibly your house. Maybe you're having clients over. Maybe you work out of your home. I don't know what that's about. But I'm just feeling like a lot of you have really been putting a lot into it. So it could mean that, yes, you are successful, but there's always there's always an outcome to everything. So there's always a good and a negative. And so the good part is, yes, success is wonderful. And the negative part, if it's not in balance, then it can be burdensome. So I feel like this has been what's going on with a lot of you Pisces, either way. And I'm looking at, that's a little squirrel right here. And the squirrel stands for concentration and knowledge. So being in reverse, it may have been that you don't feel focused. You don't feel like you're concentrating because it's just too tiring. Whatever the case is, whether it's upright or in reverse, I feel like some of you too, make sure that your health is where it should be. If you get overtired, take some vitamin C. It's just that kind of thing. It doesn't mean that it's any huge disease or surgery or anything like that. But I am feeling that there could be a bit of tiring days in the middle of January. So just, again, what I do is I take some of the vitamin C, those Pro Packs, and just keep putting that in my body. And it's very helpful for colds, flus, your adrenals. And your adrenals really are what can help your body. It has the go juice. So we want to help the particular organ in our body that has the go juice, right? The adrenals are very, very, very important. So let's go to the next card. And this is the Knight of Pentacles. And this, of course, represents your money, finances. This particular card is a court card. And this is the Knight. So this represents a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. And it can be any of those or their sun, moon, or rising. And it can be a man or woman. But I do feel like it is an earth sign, someone who is useful and offers suggestions about how to help you with your finances, help you organize, help you make more money, give you suggestions, just like what I was saying. Say you're in the landscape business. I don't know why that came up, but just saying that you are, and there's a grounded person, someone who's been very successful with what they've done, and they have some suggestions, ideas for you. I feel like this is definitely a person who is coming into your life to help you out, to go to, like a mentor. This is a calm person, or at least they give you advice very calmly. They've done well in life with money. They have energy and enthusiasm. They may help push you and guide you and lead you to a new job or a new project that you've been wanting to do, but again, it was delayed here. That could be part of it as well. Let me take a look at this card. I'm interested in the pink flowers that she has. And those represent business opportunities. So this person could be actually, even though it's the Knight, and the Knight is usually mid-age and is still working, and where the king and the queen are the masters, or the king is the master. The queen is more like she channels her warmth and her, she's very comfortable. But the Knight is still a working person. So this could be an opportunity. This could be a business opportunity, someone who offers you either employment or the same as contractual work. It could be Pisces. Very grounded. This falcon symbolizes loyalty, security, and communication. And I feel like that's what you're needing, all three of those: loyalty, sincerity, and communication. I feel like after this, that this particular card, of some of you feeling burdened either way, this particular person can really come in and help clean house, if you will. And I don't mean literally, but help you in business ways, help you make money, give you some good ideas, all of those things that I was talking about earlier. Then what's cool is the Temperance card is your third card to come up. It's called the City in this particular deck. So that's an unusual name, but it is the same as the Temperance in traditional tarot. And as you can see, here's the fairies. So the fairies are communicating to her. That's like being between two worlds. As you can see, this is like the ethereal, spiritual world. And yet she's pouring like soup into this cauldron. So she's manifesting physically, but she's getting spiritual advice. And so it might be that this person here is, you're feeling like you're getting good intuitive advice as well. Maybe this is an earth sign, but it feels like by the end of January, a lot of you will get a lot of good advice, whether spiritual, intuitive, or just practical, hands-on work. How do we do this? How do we make this work in the physical world? So the Temperance is about patience too. Being between two worlds, making things work. It also has to do with good people skills. When this card comes up in a reading, a lot of times, this person is good with communicating with others. So I feel like that's you, Pisces. I feel like you are good with communicating with others. I feel like this is, if you're in a company that there needs to be not leadership within a group, but some social contact to make things better, or social skills to make things better, this very well could be you. So it might be that although it may be a little bit delayed here, but then you see some money come through, and then you are communicating and you're socializing and you're making things happen. This is the major arcana card, like I said. You're making things happen to manifest. Yeah, because this person can be a good organizer too. So it feels like you're calling in others to help you, or others will be there for you. When I first looked at this spread, when I intuitively pulled them, empathically pulled them, I thought there's a lot of people. And sometimes I would get that and sometimes not, but it just feels like these are individual people or essences that are going to help you out and support you. Yeah, patience is needed here because information or ideas have to be brought in to others so that they can understand them. So you're going to be working with some people to help them understand your ideas. Interesting for some of you Pisces. Let's see what I'm going to use the Hanson Roberts deck for clarification cards. All right, well, the Ten of Pentacles comes up. Well, the Ten of Pentacles this is a money card, and it's the 10th one of the Pentacle suits. So this has to do with your money, your finances, your property, your health. As you can see here, there's different generations. So a lot of times it's generational. It could be that a will is probating, or you're inheriting money, or you're inheriting property, or your health is improved because you've gotten a good checkup from the doc, or you've come out of surgery nicely. But this is a good card to come up for clarification. Yeah, see, there's a wise man and the couple and the child. So it's like it flows down. This is a real feel-good type of card. And then the Page of Swords comes up. Okay, so the page has to do with news or new thinking. Let's put it that way. New ideas. Like, I'm going to change the way I get my hair cut. I'm going to change the way I do business. I'm going to change the way my house looks. It can be a number of things, but new ideas that make you feel very strong, very committed to your idea. It feels new, so it's exciting. You've not taken steps on it yet, but it's formulating. It's in your mind. The thoughts, the ideas are formulating in your mind. And the Seven of Pentacles comes up. Well, the Seven of Pentacles is about your money again. So you've been working hard. You're ready to take a break. You're ready to take a pause. And it's a good time to do so, but it's not like just aborting the whole mission. Like just saying, well, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm just going to walk away from it. Because when you do that, then you miss the Eight of Pentacles, which is about your accomplishments really coming in handy. So in this particular card, you want to, again, take a pause, but don't completely walk away, not just yet. Oh, the Sun card comes out. Okay, well, you have been really putting in a lot, because the Sun card comes up when you feel like, well, the sun comes out, goals are achieved, finances are good, home is happy, and it could be any of those things or all of those things. But this card usually comes up after there has been some strife or some hard work put in. Then the sun comes out. It's like if we've seen a lot of rain or seen a lot of clouds, and the sun comes out. It's like, oh, that feels good. Oh, that feels warm and inviting. Oops. Well, that one went in, not in reverse, but there we go. Backwards. Okay, so the King of Rods. That's interesting. It came in backwards. This is a Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Make sure I went over. Yeah, this could be an air sign too, but it's not a court card, but this could be an Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. Okay. Could be. Again, it's not a court card. This one is. This is the king. So he's Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo, like I just said. Very, very inspirational, very creative. He's a good mentor, a good advisor, good with creative thinking. Interesting. I'm really noticing the orange and this carnelian, which is beautiful. It's second chakra, which is about creativity. It's about sensitivity and, again, creative, passionate, intuitive ideas. And the king has mastered those, like I said earlier. So this could be someone who is there for you, who's you're working with. He feels very stern in this particular card, I have to be honest with you. But he could be passing judgment as well. I don't know why I'm getting that, but I just heard those words. He could be passing judgment, which may not be a bad thing. He may have good solutions. So he may be creating a little bit of annoyance for you, but it's all because it needs to happen. The Five of Swords. Okay, well, there have been thinking battles, battle of wits, if you will, or some sort of, again, this is an air. So this is about our thinking, our fears, our thoughts, where someone hasn't won, but someone really has, or someone's been very, they've stood up for themselves and really taken advantage of others. Could be that way. Or it could be that you finally get your way, being very strong. Let's pull one more card. Well, the Ten of Rods comes up. Okay, so this is out of this particular deck, and it also came up in this deck in reverse. Interesting. This happens almost every reading now. It's very interesting. So this Ten of Rods is going up the hill. This one is going this way. This one came up in reverse, so plans are stalled. This one, he's finally taking the load up. He's ready to reach this purple mountain majesty, I call it, with the castle, and he's taking all of his experiences with him. And when he gets to that castle, then he can, as he goes, he can drop the rods along the way, and he'll get to this place of enlightenment that is right here. So I feel like you guys are going to get where you're going. There's a little bit of, it's not a straight road. Of course, whatever is, unless we're in the car and GPS is right. Because sometimes GPS takes us curvy, on a curved road, forked road, not the right direction. So, this may not be a straight shot, but I do feel like you're going to get there, Pisces. All right. So let's add up these both numerologically and match them to the major arcana card. And so we have the 10, 11, is this right? 10, 11, and 14 is 25, and 2 and 5 is 7. And 7 is about taking that pause, or being introspective. It's both, actually. When you introspect, you do take a pause. You do stay in the present moment. You do look for the deeper meanings. You are analyzing. So this could be a time of organizing, analyzing, getting papers filled out, jobs completed. There was that one break in there it felt like that you all needed to take, but again, not walk away. That feels very important, not just to blow something off, but to stay with it. And then in the major arcana cards, the 7 is the same as the Chariot. So again, once you get through all of this, the Chariot card comes up when we've been through some challenging times, but we're ready to move forward. The Chariot is normally a guy on the Chariot. He's 2 white horses. Sometimes it's a black one, sometimes it's a white one. It sort of like the yin, the yang, but ready to move into new frontier, new horizons. What's next on the agenda? What's a new adventure in life?